Erin and Mike bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Ranch. It's 2021, and this is the show that, according to one email, that somebody missed so badly that they went back and watched reruns of our live streams, pretended they were live, so that they didn't have to interact with their in-laws.
Oh.
So that's I never thought about that, but that's not a bad idea. Really quick, shameless plug. If you don't get our newsletter went out today. We had a special newsletter that went out today, and in that newsletter, some big news about a sale on the website, 15 to 30% off on different items in the website. We have a brand new website that's up and running now, and you can go take a look at that. And
everything in the store is on
everything
sale.
In the store, from the whiskey glasses to the beef jerky. That's all I got within arm's reach of.
Everything though.
Yeah, everything.
And shirts.
Yeah. So that's kind of a cool deal. The our little break.
Really, Bean?
Yeah, apparently. Just no manners whatsoever. Our little break is now over. We are back.
She's itchy.
You're on TV. You're on somebody's TV. I mean, I don't know about that, but come on, act normal. Where was I? What was I talking about? Our break is over. It's crazy, but it is over. I'm going to adjust the video here really quick because I always forget how dark she shows up in videos. So hold on one second. I'm going to adjust a really quick thing here. I can't remember what setting I used last time that made her look better. Do you remember? Well, that's not horrible.
That's okay. That'll work.
Okay. All right. So we are back. This is Bean. If you haven't been around here lately, she's gone this way and she's gone this way.
She's gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah, she last time she was on live stream, she weighed 9 pounds. Now she weighs about 24 pounds, 25 pounds, somewhere in there. I didn't weigh her today. She was 23 pounds last week, so I'm giving her like a pound and a half a week. So this has been, she's been naughty a lot.
She's a puppy.
Yeah.
I would say, potty training's been, she's probably been one of, and we only had Lexi. Like, I've had dogs as a kid and stuff, and but as an adult, Lexi's the only dog that we've had, and she was awful to potty train. Bean was substantially easier to potty train, don't you think?
She still has no manners.
Well, she's a baby.
I know. She's got an itch, apparently. Yeah, she was relatively easy to potty train.
We still occasionally have an accident, but within just having her 2-3 weeks, we were pretty much accident free, unless it was our fault, we didn't let her out and she was by the door, and I mean, for the most part, and when it's snowy though, she's not the best.
I'll give her that. Yeah.
Yeah. But she's super high energy. She loves to chase the cats. That's a big issue because it's just constant, just so much chaos. Yesterday she was really bad all day long. And she's kind of bitey. She's a nibbler. Yeah,
she is. And she's dark, and she's not exactly, the best...
best camera dog?
Best camera dog, yeah. We should have gone for a white dog, I guess, if we wanted a dog. But that's not what you're here for, right? You're here to chase cows around. And
she's scared of the cows.
She is scared of the cows right now. She'll get over that before too long. We hope. So we are back. Our break is over. We're going to talk a little bit about what we did during the break. And, of course, throughout the entire evening, we're going to be taking your questions and turning them into our answers. So that's kind of our whole game plan for tonight. So if you have any questions, feel free to throw them up. Our moderators here tonight, Matt Fensel, Zach Hewitt, William Dunn here, Bill the Tractor Man, and they'll be able to pick and choose some questions out of there. If you guys see any questions that we're missing that we need to answer, make sure that we see those.
I saw one. How much snow do we have?
Not much. It's been pretty dry here all winter long. Yeah, we've had a few little snowstorms, but nothing major.
I don't know if we've had anything more than 3 inches.
Yeah, and it's, the temperature, today was actually, sun was shining, it was pretty nice. I had left the four-wheeler out. Well, you had left the four-wheeler out since the day we sold calves. And I didn't think it was going to start because it had just been sitting outside and the sun had been shining on it all day. This blanket thing is not working. I thought this was a good idea so you could see the dog better. And yeah, went out and just started right up. So it'd been sitting in the sun. So it's,
I looked at the forecast today. There's no snow in the 2-week forecast, and we have temperatures in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, it's been a really, really weird
So
year.
you guys think we've had drought before? Like, if we don't get some snow, it's going to be crispy. So.
Yeah, very much so, very much so. Thank you to everybody here that is new. Of course, if you are new here, be sure to say hi and let folks know that you're here and hanging out in the corral with the herd. I do, appreciate our audience and especially the live stream audience and how you guys do help people, help out and welcome folks and all that kind of good stuff. So as you can tell, I'm a little bit out of practice. I haven't done this for a while.
I saw a question about a hoodie on sale at the farm store. We don't have any merchandise.
Nope, you have to get that online. Yep. We talked about getting some stuff in the farm store, but sizes and everything else, we really don't have the space for it right now.
So that's in the process. Like, the farm store is still closed. Mm-hmm. Thank you, artist formerly known as Scoot.
Hi, Cody.
Hi, Cody.
I'm guessing Cody is probably the kiddo, so I'm guessing. I don't know.
Farm store is still closed. We are open Friday and Saturday, and then we're probably not going to open till the end of February.
Why is that?
We have steers that are going to be processed beginning of February. I might still open before we get the steers back, but we're just super low on inventory, and it's very frustrating to be open and have people be like, well, do you have this, and do you have this, and do you have this, and I just can say no, we don't have any of that.
I don't have anything.
So due to inventory, we are just going to stay closed until we have better inventory.
And a lot of this is still backlash from the packer problem and being able to find
and we have a better schedule for processing. Oh, thank you, Vicky, so much. What's that little guy doing?
Little guy in a rocket, yeah.
Thank you very much. We have a better processing schedule for 2021, but it's still not ideal because by the time I booked 2021, a lot of stuff was already full. So we have a lot the end of the year. So like come September, we'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
Until September, we still have pretty light inventory. And then I need to put together our 2022 schedule tomorrow.
Isn't that crazy that we're already booking in 2022?
I've been mentally thinking about what we want to do for 2022. None of these animals are born yet.
Yeah.
It is ridiculously hard to know. Like, I used to be able to call and book like 6 weeks, right? Like, especially like pigs and stuff, where like, oh, they're close. Like, just call and get them booked. And there were certain times of the year, like the fall, that like you'd have a little longer book time, but like 6 to 8 weeks. Not 18 months.
Yeah.
These animals are not even born, and I have to decide when they're going to be at finish weight. Like, I don't think we're good enough at this to do this.
I actually read I read a book here recently. I didn't read a book. I listened to books. I listened to Audible a lot of times, audible.com. And not sponsored, but I do. They're an Amazon company. I didn't know that. Did you know they were an Amazon company? I didn't know that. Anyway, so I listened to a lot of audiobooks, and there was a book that I was listening to that I laughed because they started talking about fake it until you make it, which is like one of your favorite things to say. And they actually said, you're wrong. You don't fake it till you make it. You fake it till you become it, which I don't know what the difference is.
Well, it sounds better to say fake it till you make it.
It rhymes better anyway. So
thank you, Christy Dunham. We miss you too.
It has been a weird time to be away from the ranch, and I do get, I get a ton, or not away from the ranch, but away from the channel. I get a ton of emails, and we get comments, and when are you guys going to be back? I mean, literally like 2 days after we announced that we were taking a break, I started getting emails, and they're like, hey, when's the next video? Where you guys been?
I literally quit posting to Instagram and Facebook because there were so many comments about, when are you guys coming back? When are you coming back? I watched the last video, and I haven't seen anything. Well, if you watched the last video, it said that we were on a break.
Yeah.
So I had to quit for a while because I was pretty frustrated with it to some extent, because it was just like, guys, we just need a minute.
Yeah, let us breathe just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It reminded me, and we took this picture over our break, and everybody waiting for us to come back reminded me of this picture, which was the girls' first day, I think first or second day back at school after winter break, after Christmas break, and the dog just like, where are they going? They've been my best friend for so long, and now they're going to go to school and they're going to leave me? Yeah. How rude! And that's kind of like what I saw coming back when we were getting emails and all this stuff, and it's just like, yeah, we'll be back, eventually.
We so appreciate that you guys are so enthusiastic about content.
Awesome. It's awesome. And that's the thing, too, is we miss it on our side, too.
But we also really needed a break.
Yeah.
Like, we really, really needed a break. And, like, did you get everything crossed off your to-do list?
Actually, I wanted to redo the intro for the live stream. I never got a chance to do that. We were going to have some stuff with Jeff singing part of the intro, and I just never got a chance to do any of that. So, JB Weld, $10 super chat. Is beef demand going up, or is processing time slowing, or a bottleneck, or all of the above? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine, I think. The demand for beef is going up, I think. Yeah. Processors are actually starting to catch up. But at the same time, more producers and smaller producers are now saying, hey, I'm not going to rely on the sales barn or whatever it may be. I'm going to start finishing it out for myself. Yeah. And even people that I talk to, if you listen to our podcast, Shad Sullivan was on the podcast about a month ago. And Shad has a feedlot. And he's been taking some of those cows from that feedlot and finishing them himself and selling those rather than going on to the next step. So I think we're seeing a major shift in how the industry is working. I think,
I could sell every beef that we could process at this point. And we're somewhat scrambling to try and, we can't meet demand because of the processing bottleneck is still happening. And so our empty cows, our jerky cows, are still sitting in a corral being fed. Mm-hmm. They are actually not on the books until May. Sturgis is working with us to try and get them in. They keep saying, we're trying to get them in, We're talking about like how many we can bring over. Like, I got to get a brand inspection. We're trying to get them in. They're trying to squeeze us in so we can because they're just going straight into jerky. But we're still, I've got pigs that are ready to go. And
pigs that are eating us out of house and home right now.
It's costing us money to have these pigs.
I think these pigs that we have now that we're waiting to get processed are going to be backwards. I don't think we're going to make a dime on these guys because it's costing us $400 a week to feed these pigs.
Well, about $300.
Well, whatever a ton of food costs.
It's about $300. Okay, $330.
Yeah.
If you take the bag back, then it's
$310. Yeah.
The bag's $30. So yeah, it's frustrating. Like, I wish I could just call and get more. But also, like, the steers that are finishing now, they're 2019's calves. I can't go back and keep any more of those back. Mm-hmm. So, like, we kept back more steers than we've ever kept back.
Yeah, we have a video coming out on Tuesday where I'm going to kind of get into some of the steers we kept back and stuff like that. We kept back 20 steers this year that we're going to finish on the ranch ourselves.
That's more than we've ever kept back.
I think what's our record? 7, 10.
We usually keep 7.
7. Yeah. So we went from 7 to 20 in 1 year. We're part of the problem too. Trust me. Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about processors being inundated by producers, we're part of that problem as well. Yeah.
So and then we're gonna. So now I have to figure out 2022, and so how do I ramp
up? Inundated. That's the word.
Yeah. So how do I figure out? What do we keep back 40? Well, I need to cash flow those 40. So I need to not sell those calves at sale time. We need to have money to grain them, and I need to have money to process them, which processing is $800 to $1,000.
Can you sell, I know that a lot of our beef we sell as packaged beef. So you can buy a T-bone, you can buy this, you can buy that. Can you front sell packages like you sell, like somebody buys a half? I mean, that would help out with some of the back end of
I can
things,
definitely.
If somebody could do that.
And we do that to some extent, right? Like, I'll sell halves and wholes, and we require a deposit and stuff, so that does help pay that processing bill. They pay the remainder when they. So I write a really expensive check to Sturgis, and then we drop off meat, or everybody comes out and gets their halves and wholes for beef and pork, and then I can usually pay the processing bill is how I usually work it. I see some questions about processing. That's time to process our own animals. It's not legal for us to process our own animals and sell them, nor do we have any desire to process our own animals.
We have to be USDA inspected.
We have to be USDA inspected to sell jerky across state lines, and we have to be at the minimum state inspected in order to sell individual cuts of meat.
Right.
If I sell you a live animal, you can take it to wherever. We have 3 different processing plant categories in Wyoming. We have custom exempt, state inspected, and USDA. We have to be at least state inspected to sell individual cuts.
Is it the same way in every state?
No.
No, okay, no. See. I was going to say we can make a video about that, but that would just confuse people even worse.
Yeah. So it's not, the processing laws are not the issue, it's the lack of processors that are the problem. There's nothing wrong with having inspected facilities. We don't all need to be butchering and processing meat because people will get sick.
Yeah.
What we need is more facilities to open.
Yeah.
So.
I did read somewhere about people that were processing and selling, out of their garage, right? And you'd get a T-bone that's in a Ziploc bag,
or in like a Walmart bag. And
yeah,
stuff.
I saw some of that, and I was like, not that I don't have trust and basic trust in people that would want to be safe and would want, but you never know. Like you don't know what.
I mean, like I'm good friends with our health inspector, one of them, and like I've heard horror stories of like.
She'd be fun to have on.
Like bathtub salsa and stuff. Like.
Wait a minute, bathtub salsa?
Yeah, someone's making salsa in their bathtub.
I've heard of bathtub moonshine, but I guess if it's moonshine, it's probably killing everything off.
I mean, this is, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with inspection, guys. Like,
what kind of ring do you have around your bathtub from salsa? There's got to be, I don't know, bathtub salsa.
Yeah, so we have to be USD also to sell across state lines. We could sell within state lines if we were state inspected.
Correct.
Yeah. So, like, the beef that you buy in the farm store could be state inspected. There's a state inspected plant in Buffalo. It's an hour away. They're booked till 2022. There's no getting in there. So, yeah.
Interesting stuff. All right, so I did see a couple names up here that I like to recognize, people that I have never seen before, and I saw one traveling with Sherry Nelson. Matt, can you tell Mike and Erin I said hi from Alabama? Matt, I'm going to take you out of that equation, and I'm going to say hi back from Wyoming. Also, I saw another one too, and I missed it, and I can't find it now.
You a tired bean?
This dog crashes so hard. Play, crash. J.B. Weld had a good point that, hunters process their own game, but, they're eating it themselves. They're not selling it for profit. So, yeah. Alexander Lashley, what is your favorite or funniest moment of 2020? Do you have any idea? I think, and I wish I had the video ready to go, was when the Fensels were here and we did the races with the scooters.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun.
Also, when the pigs escaped, and Tammy was like, I woke up, and the pigs were out, and I thought about going back to bed.
Well, she wasn't sure if they were real for a while, for some weird reason, so, yeah. Those were some good times. I think my favorite moment of 2020, though, and as it usually is Ranch Roundup. I think that having the chance for people to come to the ranch and hang out is amazing to me, because you get to meet people face to face. You hear more about people than we ever do through emails or anything like that. You hear it right from the horse's mouth. So you get their story and why why somebody from, San Diego might love the channel, even though they work in a high-rise apartment building. And we had, our first year, excuse me?
They work in a high-rise apartment building?
Or high-rise building, yeah. People work in high-rise apartment buildings.
A lot of people do now.
Somebody, yeah, exactly. They're working from home. The first year of Ranch Roundup, we had a NASA engineer who came to Ranch Roundup from, I think he lived in Florida, and just came to the ranch. So I mean, that's kind of the cool thing. The Ranch Roundup this year is taking place in June 26th.
I think that's right.
June 26th. We'll have tickets on sale here before too long, so that you guys can plan your trip and stuff like that. But it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you visit our website while you're checking out the sale, where you can save 15 to 20, 30% on all items on the website, there's also a save the date card there for Ranch Roundup. So. Exactly.
Jarek Smith, what is the weather like there? In Bisbee, Arizona, it is snowing.
Oh, it's dry here.
It's dry. It's not snowing.
Warm. It was above freezing today.
Yeah, and Nathan asked about the winter grazing plan. We pretty much ran that course on it. The cows do occasionally still go up in those fields and clean them up a little bit. Yeah, if they get done eating what I've given them. There is snow on the ground, so some of it they can't get to, but some of the taller stuff they're still cleaning up.
I mean, there's a few,
and they'll do that, all the way through. So. Bill Gates becomes the largest fan. I saw that.
How can we come to Ranch Roundup? There'll be tickets on sale, and can we volunteer to help with the cattle? No.
There's some insurance issues and stuff like that there. So.
How's your bale trailer? How's the Hustler?
Oh, it's working great. I did though. I ended up. I had a bale, and if you've ever made hay bales before, you probably had this happen where you get net wrap throughout the hay bale. Like whoever baled, these were purchased bales, but whoever was baling them had a malfunction on their baler, so they had net wrap inside the bale. I didn't know it was there, so I cut the net wrap off the outside of the bale, and that net wrap jammed that thing up. Like, I had to go through and it took me probably about an hour and a half to clean all that net wrap out of there because it all got wrapped up inside the gears and stuff like that. So obviously something to watch out for with it, but it held up through it. I mean, it's still, I just couldn't figure out why it wasn't feeding very well. I was like, why is this thing not doing what it's supposed to be doing? And it was because it had so much net wrap wrapped up in there. So other than that, works great. Jared asked if we ever consider having an apprentice on the ranch. Possibly. We're still working on some options for that.
I don't think we'll do like an internship program or anything like that, though. It's just
I mean, that's just tough because you have to have housing, you have to have, and honestly, we believe in paying somebody a fair wage for doing a fair job.
Well, and like we get so many requests all the time for like, I want to come work, and we appreciate all that and stuff, but like, I don't even know how we would have like a fair application process, and like, we've been doing this, we need help, but like, just because we've added so many things, but like, we've been doing this by ourselves for years and surviving with very minimal help. So it's not like we can employ 20 people. And so, yeah, I mean, we hope to be adding maybe a third person to our team, but that's about it.
Yeah, somebody that can pack orders. Spuzzy Skate Company asked, what type is your hat? It is a Stetson Skyline is actually the make and model.
Why are you making her hold her head up?
I don't know, because I think
she's so tired.
She is so tired.
There you go.
Go to sleep.
She says, I will. Thank you very much.
Let's see. Yeah, no internships, only squatters. Yeah, those are the interns we can't get rid of. Let's see here. And Deb, yeah, you're right. There's an insurance issue. From Rustic Wood Work and Family, my name is Brandon. We recently sent you an email in regards to sending me one of our wooden American flags. I actually talked to Erin about that.
You didn't reply back?
I did not, because I think I got sidetracked onto something else. I get a lot of emails, trust me, Brandon.
He'll get you back.
But yeah, we are going to take a look at that, and because we have this one. This was made by a guy in Montana who came down and dropped it off. So you talked about having one in the farm store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The farm store is going through a remodel, redecorate process right now.
Oh yeah, you ordered a bunch of stuff, didn't you? Very cool.
New shelves, new display, some new signage. Can we work for free for about a week? Nope. Insurance.
Yeah, somebody gets hurt, and we're in a world of trouble.
You guys will occasionally see friends here, and so it's not like we're alone on the ranch all the time. But I mean, these people are our friends that we've invited. You can come visit the farm store, but that's really the only access that we have to the ranch. So.
Leon Kennedy, one of my favorite moments was during the 24-hour live, picking out music, playing a song, something about complimenting Erin. She was hotter than a baked potato. Yeah, did I tell you about that? I know you weren't awake. You were asleep.
I was in bed. It
was the middle of the night, in the middle of the 24-hour live stream, and we were editing a video, putting in a song, and there was a song that was about hotter than a baked potato. And I think I did end up using that song, but it just made me. I was so tired that it just made. I think I laughed for like 5 minutes straight at this stupid song. Just hilarious.
Vicky, is your bed and breakfast still available? We don't have a bed and breakfast. We have an Airbnb that you can rent, but it's not a bed and breakfast. There will be no complimentary continental breakfast in the morning, but yeah, it's on Airbnb.com. You can find it. And there's info on our website too, or did you?
Not now. No, I redid the website, so I've got to work all that stuff back in there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's see. I saw a question about the Ritchie Water. Randall Johnson, who apparently is very astute. We have a Ritchie Water that's in the sales barn that was actually brought to me by a hunter and gave it to me, and I have not had a chance to install it yet. We're going to wait until spring to figure out what to do with it, how to install it, because obviously we're going to have to dig and do some other stuff with that and electrical and all that kind of good stuff. I'm thinking, though, it's going to go into the pig corral because it has pig waters on the bottom, which will be very handy.
Pigs would be awesome, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve Cape was the broken leg calf part of the lot that we sold. Yeah, and he didn't get sorted out.
No, he came through if you go back and watch the video where we preconditioned the calves, he came through and we took a look at him and he was walking just fine. You couldn't even tell that he broke his leg.
Yeah, he didn't get sorted. They didn't pull him off, and because they'll do that. They pulled off one steer that had
short ears.
One ear that was frostbit. I think just like one ear, and his tail was maybe like 6 inches shorter than it should have been, and they pulled him off.
Yeah.
They're
frostbite.
extremely picky.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, this guy ended up going, and there was a little bit of back. This is Peanut, who was our bottle calf. He went to auction, and he didn't get any extra time in the video itself.
No.
But he did go, and you couldn't tell the difference. He was just another calf, and went and did his thing. Now, we did talk about keeping him back and raising him as a steer.
Yeah.
We just decided that we didn't want to have to deal with that.
Family discussion one night at dinner.
With the kids and everybody else, yeah.
And, steers, we have Cracker Jack, and he's the only steer on the ranch that gets to stay, and he's a lead steer, and Mike's talked about him several times. But it doesn't make any financial sense to keep steers that eat a lot and they don't do anything other than eat a lot. And so if we kept him, we'd have to grain him, and we'd finish him, and we'd get him processed. And ultimately that's what's going to happen to him. But we made the choice as a family, if we wanted to sell him and he'd go to a feedlot, or if we'd keep him and we would finish him and eat him. And the kids all said, sell him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a tough. I don't know. It'd be nice. I wish our bottle calves were always heifers. Like, can we
make it a lot
please
easier.
have a heifer? Because we just keep her. So yeah.
It is what it is.
My drink's trying to kill me still.
I know. What it said. Is there a fly in there or something? If you get the Airbnb, can you pre-order caramel rolls to be delivered in the morning? Feel free to rewind the video just a few minutes and hear Erin's answer to that one.
You can come to the farm store and purchase some.
You can. Tyler asked, how old is Cracker Jack? I looked this up not too long ago. Cracker Jack, who is our lead steer, the big white steer that you see out there, I think he had to have been born in like 9 or 10. He was born in 2009, yeah. So
he's 12.
So he's 12 years old. He's getting up there. It was time to start thinking about a replacement.
Yeah, but like a red one, like Peanut, doesn't like. I mean, we kept Cracker Jack because he's so distinguishable, and it's easy to see him and find him. Yeah, Peanut wouldn't have done that. He would have blended in.
Blended in.
Yeah.
Skylar asked about running a few bison. This is a question I get quite a bit.
All the time.
Obviously, bison/buffalo are a lot different than cows. They're a lot bigger than cows. It's an entirely different infrastructure. There are people around here who do have bison, and if you happen to be driving through your area and you see fences that look like a prison and cattle guards that look like they could keep a tank out, I mean, that's where they're running bison. It's a completely different operation. I mean, if the fences that we have here would really make no difference to them at all. Not that cows can't go through those fences also, but they have a different mentality, and they're a little bit different to work with. So probably I would say no, unless one happened to show up somewhere and we ended up with one and it was just like, hey, let's see what happens. But you never know.
Yeah, I think we'll pass on the bison. What are you doing, weirdo?
She's mad because we're bothering her. You've been talking about goats lately.
Yeah, Tammy Fensel wants some goats.
Well, she lives in Chicago. She can have goats.
I know, but they come visit.
You're going to have goats here for her when she comes and visits?
Yeah, she's going to take care of them.
There you go.
Yeah, we talked about goats. I don't know that we'll get any. Oh, you toot. She tooted.
I don't know if anybody heard that, but she just tooted. Excuse you.
What was your most painful incident with animals? I've never really been hurt. I mean, other than frantically running for a fence and it's
yeah. I mean, I've been hurt going up and over a fence a couple times. I've been kicked quite a few times.
Yeah, I've never been kicked. I've been fortunate enough to.
I've been stepped on. I've been kicked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, I've never been hurt to the point where I had to go to the emergency room. That's never happened.
No. Neither one of us.
I haven't had stitches. I've probably should have had stitches a few times.
But not from an animal. That's just
a ranch stupidity thing.
JB Weld wants a llama for when he comes and visits. Okay, cool.
We have a neighbor down the road that has a llama. We should just have him bring it up here.
Yeah, cool. We can take you down to Dave's and you can pet the llama.
You can see Dave's llama. I'm trying to think.
I want alpacas. I seriously considered some alpacas for a while.
You can have. I don't care if you have alpacas. I don't know what you're going to do with them. Good luck shaving them or whatever you got to do.
They're so cute.
Gilbert used to have 2 llamas, and he had sheep at the North Ranch, which is a ranch we don't own anymore. But we had sheep up there, and Gilbert got somebody told Gilbert to get a llama, and they will protect your sheep. So he got 2 llamas, which was actually a mistake because then the 2 llamas, they protected each other and they didn't give a rat's ass about the sheep. They hung out with each other. So we had Tony Llama and the Dolly Llama that hung around. Gilbert passed away and we didn't know what to do with them. And so we ended up giving them to Sharon, who lived down the road.
Yeah, she took care of them.
I don't know if she still has them or not.
I think the last one passed away a couple years ago.
Oh, did it?
Not that long ago, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, goats would be a whole new fence setup. They would not be like free range with the cows or anything. They would be, ow, stop it. I told you should brought her a stick. A chew stick.
Do you need something to eat? What do I got around here?
There's half a piece of jerky. This one's sitting on the counter.
Oh, here you
for a
go.
week.
Have some jerky. That'll be $6.75. I'm just kidding.
It's nice and hard. It's been sitting out for how long?
What are you talking about for new fences? Goats or llamas?
Yeah, we're talking about goats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, llamas would be fine. They'd work. Yeah, goats would just be like, we'd have like 2 here by the house.
Just hanging out.
I don't know that. I keep finding them on Facebook and send them to.
We do a lot of weed whacking and lawn mowing. I mean, they could take care of that.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I mean, it's always dry here, so you mow once and you're done.
Has Bean been getting mail? Actually, no. In fact, well, honestly, I haven't been getting the mail very much lately.
Went to the post office?
We haven't been to the post office in a while. But if you do, and you would like to send us anything, or you'd like to send Bean anything, you can do that. Our Wyoming Life, P.O. Box 667, Gillette, Wyoming 82717. I'm thinking about bringing back mail call here a little bit over the next few weeks.
Yeah, we have to have enough stuff to make it worth it. Like, we get a little trickle in of mail call and stuff, but it's mostly just like letters and stuff too that, people write us a note and kind of share their story. And like, yeah, that stuff doesn't make it to mail call.
No, I get more emails than I do mail, obviously, just because that's the way it works.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think mail call, like, we just don't get as much stuff as we used to, which is fine. We don't need you guys to send stuff. We appreciate it when people write us notes and stuff, but that's not necessarily something that will make it into mail call.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stephanie said she's probably teething. Yeah, she's teething like crazy.
Since we've had her.
Since we've gotten her. Ron asked how the frost-free water connections are working out. They're still working great. We haven't, it's been a weird year. Like, we haven't had that really cold snap yet. We're still waiting for that. I think the lowest that we've gotten down to is to single digits. I don't think we've even been below 0.
We've had like record highs, it's ridiculous.
But they've been working fine. They work just fine in the morning, and I go out and check them, after the cold nights, and they're working just fine. So,
a lost pilgrim's journey, cost per acre and annual rainfall around your ranch. Cost per acre will vary greatly depending upon your land. We get 14 inches of precipitation a year.
Yep.
So I also saw another comment about like Greg Judy and Joel Soliton. Those concepts don't work here. We do not get regrowth on grass.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Yeah, with rotation and that kind of thing. It's just if you don't get a regrowth, it's tough to make it happen.
We are dry land farmers, and so what works for us isn't what works for they have a much different situation than what we are.
Ecosystem makes a huge difference. JB Weld, thanks for the $20 super chat.
Thank
About
you.
to go eat beef. Adios.
I'll keep an eye out for a llama.
Yeah. Can you eat llama? Yeah, you can.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, somebody had llama. Somebody brought llama to the farm store
What?
this summer. One of the RVers that came through. They had llama.
Cool.
Yeah, they actually had stayed at another harvest host that was a llama ranch that raised meat llamas. Yeah, so crazy.
What's with the overexposure lighting? So you can see the dog.
Yeah, she's so dark.
How does snow work out in precipitation up there? It depends. I mean, so that 14 inches includes our snow.
Yeah, I mean, our usual snowfall, though, is about 60 inches over the winter.
I think the general rule of thumb is it takes about 12 inches of snow to make an inch of precipitation. So. Yeah. So 14 inches of precipitation. That is not 14 inches of rain. It's about 4 inches of snow precipitation, 8 to 10 of rain. Stop biting. Yeah. It's dry here. We're dry land farmers. Stop it. You ate your jerky too fast.
Did she eat that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Mike said you're supposed to get 14 inches of rain per year.
Supposed to.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna. So if it doesn't snow in the winter, it seems like it doesn't rain in the summer. So I think we're gonna be working with about 6 inches of precipitation.
Maybe.
It's pretty. Like I think I've seen a lot of comments of people. All over the western part of the country saying that it's dry. Montana's dry, Utah's dry, Zach, I'm sure Colorado's dry. I know like central Wyoming did get some snow. Stop. Do you have any toys up here?
Actually, I'll be right back. I think she might have one over here.
But I mean, the whole western United States is pretty dry right now. Song Daddy, thank you for the super chat. Are you still raising chickens? We still have our egg layers. All of our meat chickens are processed and are in the freezer. Our next round of meat chickens is coming, March? I think is when chickens are coming.
Something like that.
Yeah. So thank you for the super chat, though.
Chew on that.
Grab her by the scruff and growl.
She gets in trouble occasionally, that's for sure.
Oregon is dry. Yeah, all of the western United States is pretty dry. It's gonna be, and it could still change. Like we get a lot of snow in like February, March, and April. So if that starts happening, like we'll be okay. But we need.
So the snow and the precipitation we get from the snow is actually what fills up our reservoirs. So that's a big thing. Like if we want to have water to get us through summer, our reservoirs have to be full in the spring.
And it also jumpstart our grass. That runoff, that snow melt and stuff is what gets the grass growing in the spring. And so, yeah, it's not worrisome yet, but it's not great.
Where do you get your chickens from?
Cackle Hatchery.
Cackle Hatchery, that's right. That's right.
So Nebraska's dry. Zach said Colorado's dry. Bill said that Minnesota is dry. So it's going to be rough unless it changes. Didn't Farmer's Almanac say that we were supposed to have a wet year?
Now somebody told me, I was talking to Gary, actually, our neighbor, he was telling me that there's 2 different farmers' almanacs.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
And they're the opposite of each other.
Yeah, one says it's wet, the other one
So
says
it's like
dry.
they cover each other's butts kind of thing. Like this one's going to be wet, this one's going to be dry. Depends on which one you look at.
Well, I'd like the wet one.
Wouldn't we all? Kathy's been asking about what a lead steer's job is. And I should make a video with all about Cracker Jack because we raised him. We had a cow. Her name was White Cow because Gilbert was really great at giving cows names. So are we. I mean, we're not any better. But White Cow had a calf that was a steer. And usually she didn't really have that many white calves. She would usually have a black calf, but she had a white calf, and it turned out to be a steer one year. So I asked Gilbert if we could keep that steer.
She never had a white heifer.
Never had a white heifer, no. So he said, yeah, sure, keep it. Because they really, at sale, when you bring the calves in to sell, they're going to sort off that white calf, and they're going to sell it for a way less here, anyway, than what they're going to sell the rest of the Black Angus for, or Red Angus. So Gilbert said, yeah, just keep it. He's not worth anything anyway. Let's just keep him back. What do you want to do with him? And I said, I want to make a lead steer out of him. I want to teach him how to come to me for a bucket of feed, how to follow me around. I want to friendly him up. And then the whole hope behind that is that he leads the rest of the calves or the cows or whoever he's in with, and able to move them through the field. A lot of times we put him in with heifers, so that he can kind of show them the ropes, where the water is, where the food is, all that kind of good stuff. We've had him in with calves before when we sorted off calves, so that he can kind of show them the ropes. Lately, he's just been living with the cows. He's very excited when the bulls show up every year. It's a very big time for him, and he just kind of hangs out and does his thing. He is friendly. He's huge, and he's very intimidating, but he'll eat out of your hand. And we did have him halter trained at one point. I kind of gave up on that because it was just ridiculous. But that's his job, is to kind of keep track. And the other nice thing is, like, if you're looking for cows, like if you lose the cows or you're not sure if you have all the cows, a lot of times you can look through and say, do I have Cracker Jack? He'll stick out like a sore thumb. So if you have him, at least you've got a good majority of the cows, or it's a good representation of where the cows are if you're trying to find them.
Yeah.
So That's kind of his
and
whole
he
purpose.
does help you like sort bowls off and stuff. Like some years he does really help. Other years, he's off doing his own things.
Yeah, yeah. He's getting older, and he's kind of getting just kind of. He just doesn't care anymore. He's just kind of crotchety at this point. But yeah.
We kept 5 replacement heifers. It's not. We just kept a few.
Yeah, we kept back. We can tell these guys. We haven't told the rest of the channel yet, but we kept back Faith. Faith gets to stay on the ranch. We kept back Blossom, which was Bambi's calf, and then 3 other calves. One little tiny guy, and really I don't know why she's so small unless she was born really late. But she is a tiny little thing. Kept her back. I don't even think we're going to be able to breed her this year. But
she's like 200 pounds.
Yeah, she's ridiculously small.
She's really cute.
Yeah.
She's a Bronco face, right?
Yeah, she's really fluffy, lots of hair.
She'll show up in a video. You're gonna do a video about like what we kept and stuff soon.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
Yeah.
Judy asked if we seed our fields or is it just what comes up? We do reseed our fields every few years. It's incredibly expensive to do so, and it's actually, like anything, it's a gamble. Last time we reseeded 250 acres, and we didn't get any rain that next year. And so all that money was kind of down the tubes. Hopefully you hope that some of that seed stays in the ground and still germinates the following year. We did talk about trying to do some seeding in the fall so that if we got winter snow would help it come up in the spring. Thankfully we didn't do that this year because I don't know if there would have been enough moisture in the ground to do that. So that's
and we can seed all we want to, but if it doesn't rain, it doesn't matter. So,
yeah.
But everything that's in the hayfields, it's all perennial grasses that come back every year. We don't have to reseed annually, and so they're perennials that come back year after year. And so all grass has a life though. So like alfalfa will live 8 to 10 years, and like it does. Some grasses reseed themselves better than others. Like alfalfa doesn't necessarily reseed itself like great, but you'll get some reseeding. But any plant, its main purpose in life is to reproduce. And so like, this year when we didn't cut hay and we didn't take the head of the grass off, like there was potentially some reseeding that could have occurred naturally.
We did a lot of feeding on our hay ground this year, and that's going to help. We're going to harrow this spring, so that'll help work that back into the soil. So
we did preg check Southern Farm and Kitchen, and there's been several questions about how many pregnant cows we have. Go back and watch the preg checking video.
I'm not even sure how many there are.
Yeah, watch the preg checking video, and it'll.
Yeah.
All the cows that are here on the ranch are pregnant. I don't know how many there are.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I know we brought through 100 and some odd cows. And there was like 12 that weren't pregnant or something like that. So we're still right around that 100 mark, would be my guess, somewhere in there. Let's see. What happened to the straw hat? Straw hat goes away at the break of winter. It's too cold. My head freezes.
You didn't blow it up or anything though. There was no straw hat.
No, there wasn't. I just never really came up with a good idea for something to do with it.
It's okay.
Flames and fire, yeah. All right, moving right along. Yeah.
How many pigs do we have?
Oh my gosh.
We've got 2 batches.
Yeah, we've got 2 batches going on right now. So almost 30 right now.
Yeah, something like
20 something. Yeah. The bigger batch, I think there's 13 of those guys. And then the smaller batch, there was 15. And I think a couple of them, maybe there's more than 15.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So 20 something. Here's your
25 to 30, somewhere in that range.
You want this?
You were supposed to sleep.
Yeah.
Laura Atkins, just want to tell you about your jerky for my husband, and he loved it the best we ever had. Oh, thank you very much.
It's good stuff.
If you want to buy more, it's 15% off on sale right now at ourwyominglife.com.
Good job, Erin. Freeze miser is still working pretty well. We haven't had any really, really cold temperatures yet, but it's still.
They make me somewhat leery. Like if it's going to drop below 0, like.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if it's going to freeze or what's going to happen. So.
Yeah, we'll just see. It is nice though that you don't have to turn off water or turn on
It works out
water.
great. Yeah, I'm actually amazed that it works up until this point. That
Yeah.
I have one tank that I don't have it on, and that's the bull tank because it's.
She's trying to crawl under the coffee table.
The bull tank's off kilter, so I can't put the float on it because it's not level.
Well, you should level that.
I should, but the ground's frozen, so.
You can just shove some poo underneath it. Thank you, Chris. That's very.
Oh my
generous
gosh!
of you.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Erin, will you be starting seeds? Yeah. If you're on Facebook, if you follow our Wyoming Life farm store, there's going to be more gardening content. Like
You started a bunch of stuff.
yeah, I've
this
started
week.
stuff yesterday. Yeah. So yeah, I would follow the farm store on Facebook so you can kind of see what's going on. But yeah, I've started all my what did I start? I started cabbage, kale, chard, onions, stuff for the spring high tunnel. So, and then I'll start direct seeding into the high tunnel here in a couple weeks.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Fred asked if the beef in our store is from our range. Yes, everything that we sell here is raised on the ranch. Laura, unfortunately, we cannot ship beef to Canada. That's because of USDA laws, but you can order T-shirts and all that kind of good stuff. They all get shipped to Canada just fine. Russell is correct. Runt did pass away. If everybody remembers, he had a bad leg. He just ended up not being able to move very well. I think that kind of brought him down. He ended up passing. So.
We don't ship jerky to Canada. We just don't. Our processor isn't licensed for that. So.
Yep. Are you going to do microgreens this year?
Yeah, there's some growing in the farm store.
Oh, there's some growing already. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. I have noticed, so Laura said that the beef jerky is not too dry or not too tough. Some of the stuff, like, it's a different moisture content depending on what you get. Is that the recipe or the ingredients or what?
Jeff said, I thought Jeff leveled the tank while he was there. But so jerky does depend on the recipe. Things like teriyaki that are like a wet marinade are going to be more on the moist side. But then also, like, it's something that I talk a lot about with our processor when we were coming up with flavors and stuff. Like, so you lose a lot of moisture in the jerky dehydration process. So we start with a pound of jerky and you lose about like 65% of it in water weight through the dehydration. We obviously sell jerky by the weight, and so I pay wet weight on jerky for processing, and then we end up with 35 to 40% of our yield. So if we start with a pound of jerky, we end up with if we start with 100 pounds of jerky, we end up with about 30 to 35 pounds of jerky.
100 pounds of meat.
100 pounds of wet jerky.
You can do it. I have faith in you. Come on.
So you start with 100 pounds of meat, and then when you get done with jerky, you end up with about 35 to 40 pounds of jerky. Okay. So we want as much moisture as possible because we sell it by the ounce. Okay. So water is heavy, but we don't want it. It can't be too wet. You can't like pull it out and it's like dripping. So it's about texture and stuff, but like we could have it made drier. Some people prefer a drier jerky.
Mm-hmm. And our muscle jerky is drier.
Yeah,
we have that in
muscle
stock.
Jerky, is a bit drier, but it also depends on the flavor too. Like teriyaki is a wet marinade. It's going to be, don't you think the teriyaki is the most consistently
the moist, I think
wet?
The barbecue is pretty wet, if you ask me, but I mean, it's not too wet. It's just that flavor that comes with it. So
it is, and like Roger and I talk about it a lot. Like, he's like, do you want it drier? And I'm like, nope, we like it. I want it to be tender. I don't want it to be like shoe leather. Occasionally, like we did have one batch of Cajun that came back that was on the drier side. I've had a batch come back on the wet side that we actually didn't even sell it. So it was not good.
That was a $1,400 mistake, wasn't it?
It's still sitting here.
If anybody wants to try any really weird beef jerky, what is it, cranberry?
Oh, it's cranberry ginger.
Cranberry
I
ginger.
thought would be really good. It's too wet.
Yeah, it's soft. It's like baby food beef jerky.
Yeah,
it's really weird. Judy asked about the sale on the website and if we're changing vendors or is it just a sale. It is just a sale. And really, when
we are the vendor.
We are. When you buy a T-shirt, you buy a hoodie, you're chewing on my boot. Those are actually printed by a company that prints those for us on demand. So we don't have an inventory of T-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff like that. They're printed on demand. They're shipped directly from the company, so those don't come from us. If you order beef jerky and honey and hats and that kind of stuff, that comes direct. That's Erin and I putting it in a box and packaging it up and shipping it off to you. So there is some difference to that. But no, we're not changing vendors or anything like that. We talked about it. We thought about it.
You're going to sit on the box light?
This dog's like a wrecking ball going through here now.
She's going to break something.
She will, probably. I had her up here when I was editing video, the sale day video. And if you are anything like me, you got your computer and you've got 900 cords that are hanging out the back of your computer and you have any type of order to them at all. And all of us, I was working away, and all of a sudden everything just went died. And I was just, and what she had done is she had laid down on those cords and she had unplugged like a monitor cord or something, and I about panicked. But anyway, I digress. So that's how it works when you order something, Judy. It's not that we're changing anything. We're just we just want to have a New Year type sale. And,
yeah.
And how long is this sale gonna go? We never did decide.
Oh, just like a week.
A week. Okay. So you have a week to get it down. I don't know.
We'll talk about it in Friday's video.
Okay.
We'll have an end date.
Okay.
Probably about a week. Get it ordered before next live stream.
There you go.
She's eating something over there. Oh, yeah, go. She's eating
What's she eating?
I don't know.
Oh, my gosh. She got bored with us.
So I can read
What do you eat?
comments.
What do you have? Don't run.
What'd she have?
Just a piece of plastic or something.
Oh, good. Perfect. Betty, glad that you like your hoodie. Yeah, we pretty much exclusively wear our own T-shirts and hoodies, and yeah, I mean, we really like them. So.
I like the hoodies. I like them. They're nice and thick. They're warm.
Yeah.
I like them. So.
Did you keep faith in Blossom? Yes, we sure did.
Yep. We'll have a video coming up about that and these guys. Do you do birthday shout-outs? Mine was the 13th. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm glad that you had a birthday.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, very cool. Kenzie also had a birthday while we were on break. A lot of people asking us, what did you do on break? Did you do any projects? Did you do anything fun? Did you travel? Did you do anything? We didn't travel. We stayed home. We got a lot of stuff done around the house. Mackenzie did have a birthday. In fact, she had birthday breakfast, birthday pancakes. She had a little candle stuck in her pancakes. This was before she went to school, and she had a little
These kids
birthday
never get
party.
breakfast cooked for them. Have some cereal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made pancakes for her on her birthday. She was super excited about that. We went out to dinner. She had ice skating. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had that. We also did a lot of little projects during the break. In fact, I'll show you this one. Grace, I had to do a lot of...
Ow! Just bit my underarm.
I had to do a lot of regrouting around the house just because grout gets dirty, it gets old. It pulled a lot of that out, so this is actually in our bathroom, and Grace was helping me regrout in the bathroom. So it was a time of getting stuff done, and of course we completely redid the website and got that all changed up. I don't know, it was kind of nice just to really be able to kick back and not have to worry.
Yeah.
And not be under a deadline constantly of this is happening. I mean, it was still, emails keep rolling in, things like that keep on happening.
I mean, we didn't, we talked about doing a podcast and stuff, and we didn't, and I think we both just kind of needed the mental break from it. There's a lot of behind the scenes work. I was super busy with Edible Prairie Project over the break, and still busy. Yeah, I don't know. We needed the mental break, I think, to some extent. And Beans kept us really busy. Hey, too much.
I think she's bored.
You're too much, Jean is showing. Christy, why don't you send us an email, and we can talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What else? Oh, I did see a comment quite a while ago. If our restaurants and schools and stuff are open, yes, they've never closed. I mean, we did briefly close way back when for like dine in, but like since May, our restaurants have been open. School's open. Our kids went back to school in August, and they haven't closed. Life is pretty much as normal here.
Pretty much. Wearing masks where we have to and where you need to and all that kind of good stuff.
There is a mask mandate in Wyoming, and so we do wear masks.
I like wearing masks because I don't get recognized with it. I actually, people, some people hate the masks, some people like them. I actually went into where was I at? Sportsman's Warehouse. And I went in to get ammo or something, and the gal behind the counter, and I don't know her from Adam, or Eve, I guess. And she looked right at me and she said, Mike, wearing a mask is probably really nice because people don't recognize you, but when you're wearing an Our Wyoming Life t-shirt, kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
And the hat, obviously, too. So that was kind of funny. But
several people did tell us that we weren't wearing masks in the sale barn video. There is no mask mandate in South Dakota, so we were not violating any public health orders in South Dakota. So.
No.
And we stay in our bubble. We stay in our little 5-person bubble, but our kids are in school. Our kids are doing ice skating and gymnastics, and Lincoln starts jiu-jitsu next week. We've kept the farm store open up until Christmas time, and I mean, we are taking it serious, but it's just different here. I think we've kind of said that from the beginning. It's different here.
Yeah, if I don't want to go to town, I don't have to. I can avoid people.
Yeah.
Like the plague. Let's see. What's the schedule for live streams? We are going to be switching up some things on live streams. So we are going to be switching the live stream schedule. It'll start in February to where we are going to do the first and the third Sunday will be live stream days.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and my thought is on the alternate days or the alternate weeks that if I can remember when we used to do the what did I call them? I can't remember what I called them. In the field live streams.
Are you going to do that?
Maybe.
Well, it's dark out. You can't do that.
Well, not at 6 o'clock, but sometime during the day. Hey, let's go get eggs, and make that into a live stream.
Are you going to do that consistently or just when
probably
you
not? Probably not consistently, but I might do it on weeks when we're not doing live streams. I think it'd be something fun to do. Life streams, that's what I call them. It might be just something fun to do and being able to throw some of that stuff in. But the live streams, this style of live stream will take place on the first and third Sunday of every week, and we'll be letting people know how that works the main reason we're doing that is to be able to free time up to do more, to be able to expand our Wyoming Life and make more things happen. And so you have a calendar there. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, I was just looking to see when our next live stream will be then. So
the first Sunday in February.
Well, so next Sunday is the 31st, so it's technically January still.
Oh, okay. So
are we gonna do one next week?
Yep.
Okay, and then we'll start the first.
And then we'll start so we'll have 3 in a row here, and then we'll start our new schedule.
Yeah, I mean, and reality is as all the stuff that you guys don't see gets busier and busier, unfortunately that kind of somewhat means less time for content creation, but better quality content creation.
Right, and being able to put more time into it. One of the things, and I wanted to bounce this off you guys and see what you thought, but if you listen to the podcast, we have guests on the podcast. Coming up, we have Nick Welker as a guest on the podcast. And one of the things that I do is when I record with those people, and we're doing it remotely, obviously, I do it over Zoom or whatever we use, and there is a video component of it. And we could work that into the live stream as well, to have a portion of those interviews on the live stream as an actual video, maybe go hear the rest of it in the podcast, that kind of thing. Being able to do some more fun stuff like that with the what does she have now?
Don't chew on my microphone cord.
Oh. So I think that'll be something we can work into things and being able to just kind of ramp things up and give you guys a higher quality for the amount of time that we have to put into things. So I think it's going to work out pretty well.
Yeah, more, less content also hopefully means better quality content, and just we're so busy, guys.
Yeah. People want to see the Armchair Rancher. I don't even remember the last time I had time to film an Armchair Rancher and be able to say, okay, we're going to make sure we get this done. It's just super tricky to try to figure it all out.
Yeah.
And you got 3 kids. We've got kids doing ice skating.
We have activities 5 nights of the week. Monday through Friday, we have a kid activity. And so we have to we have to take time to raise our kids and stuff too. And like when they were littler and like, 4 years ago when we started this, Mackenzie wasn't doing as much stuff and Lincoln wasn't doing anything. And so like we have to be parents first. And so like they take our time, and like our workday doesn't end at 5. Like lots of time it bleeds well into the evening. And so now, because one of us is sitting somewhere in the evenings, things are a little more difficult. I'm so happy that we can do these things with our kids, but it just keeps us busy. It keeps one parent home with some kids and one parent sitting somewhere.
Exactly. So. Is honey jerky coming back?
Yes, I ordered honey jerky.
Awesome.
I mean, like when we do our next round of processing, there will be honey jerky, but those cows are still sitting here, so I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm never going to sing. Bean, don't eat the light. That's never going to happen, guys. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You don't want that to happen.
At Ranch Roundup this year, we have live entertainment.
Yeah.
If Jeff calls you and says, hey, come up here and sing a song with me, how many drinks would that take?
I'm not going to go sing.
Oh, come on.
You go sing.
No, I can't do it. Jason asked how we're liking the AeroQuip system after we've been using it for a while. I had to laugh when we loaded out calves to take them to auction. Our truck driver was amazed by the AeroQuip system and how quickly and easily it was to load up calves into the truck as compared to what we've done in the past. So it's definitely something that
it's great.
It's been a huge game changer, really, on the ranch.
No complaints at all.
The only thing I really wish is that it was indoors. That's the only difference. If I put a big giant tent over it, call it a circus, play the dun 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 dun.
Could you put a high tunnel over it?
A big one, yeah, probably. Even like some sort of building just over like the chute would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because it could be used even like during calving. If we had to pull a calf or something like that, you could do it in that chute.
No, it's an amazing system. I think if you can get any component of the AeroQuip system, if you can now buy their panels, their portable panels you can purchase. If you can buy a chute, if you can buy any of it, if any of it works within your system, or if you're redoing your cattle handling facilities, look at an AeroQuip. They do have financing, and they are reasonably priced. You can get an AeroQuip chute for like $5,500 and up. I think I've seen prices as low as $5,500. And they'll do custom quotes and custom design, right?
Yeah, they're really great people to work with, that's for sure.
It is an amazing system. And even if it's just to, buy some panels, like those panels, we had no problems with part checking. No cows jumped over them. The one cow that tried to didn't bend them. Yeah, they work great.
Yep, crazy. Alrighty, guys, we're getting ready to wrap things up. I really do want to thank our moderators once again as we head into 2021. These guys have been with us for years. Lori Hable, Matt Fensel, Bill the Tractor Guy, Zach Hewitt, and William Dunn. I don't know. You guys amaze me almost as much as Erin does by sticking with me through all this craziness. You guys are right there with us, and I really do thank you guys. They don't get paid a dime for their time. I think we got them a gift card for Christmas, and we were like, hey, have fun. I'm sorry. Here's $50. Go out and have yourself something to eat. But these guys, they really believe in the Our Wyoming Life message and the message of agriculture just as much as we do, and we really do thank them for putting out their time and their effort in doing what they do. I also want to thank some of our newest Patreon supporters. If you've never heard of Patreon, you can support the Our Wyoming Life channel for as little as $1 per month. Just go to patreon.com, look us up. I think there might be a link down in the description. But our newest patrons include Benjamin Lewis, Leroy Summerfield, Don Davis, Melissa Curtin, Robert Betancourt. I think that's probably like a French name, right? Betancourt? I don't
want to rush you, but I think the dog needs to go outside.
Okay. Lisa Provost, Ben Mayes, and Lauren Vesquio. Some of our newest Patreon supporters. Thank you very much for being a part of Our Wyoming Life. Thank you all for coming and joining us once again on the Beyond the Ranch channel. This is something that obviously we do to show you guys a little bit behind the scenes, more of what we do and who we are. And I think that as this continues to grow,
she's behind the computer.
We're not losing any screens. We're still good. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for being a part of Our Wyoming Life and Beyond the Ranch. Be sure to subscribe. Tell your friends. smash all the buttons and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for updates that you're not going to find anywhere else.
If you haven't subscribed, the 60% of you that have not subscribed, please do.
Yeah.
It helps us. Hit the like button. Like, it really actually does
So
help.
one thing that drives me nuts is YouTube shows me when I'm looking at comments, I can see if you've subscribed when you leave a comment.
Y'all don't subscribe. What the heck?
So I'll see a comment and I'm like, really? You don't even subscribe? It's fine. I mean, I get it. Like, you don't want to subscribe to 900 different channels. I get that. But
no, but subscribe to this channel and subscribe to our Wyoming Life.
Yeah, it's funny. It's interesting. So thank you guys. We will be back on Tuesday with a brand new video. It's all about the steers and how one little bug can throw a wrinkle in your entire plan for the entire year. That's coming up on Tuesday. New videos on Friday as well. So stick around on the Our Wyoming Life channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell button so you get notifications there as well. Anything else you want to add?
Thank you guys for sticking with us through our break.
Yeah. It was, and thank you for giving us the time to take a break and catch our breath. And as we head into 2021, every year we always have a new goal for the year. Last year in 2020, our goal started out to focus on what we were doing. It eventually just became to get through the damn year. 2021, what's our Wyoming Life's main goal in 2021?
I don't know.
We'll come up with that. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time right here on Beyond the Ranch, and we'll see you on Tuesday